I bet we all remember seeing the pictures of the oil-covered animals shortly after the BP oil spill of 2010. And I bet we all fell victim to jumping on the anti-BP bandwagon that accompanied these pictures. But does anybody really know what happened that day when 4 million barrels were spilled into the Gulf Coast? Or if BP is the only one to blame? Intensive research after the spill shows that there is not one event, but multiple events that caused the BP oil spill. The three main events were a weak cement barrier, misreadings by the crew of pressure gauges, and a faulty blowout preventer. The first of these, a weak cement barrier, is blamed most often for the spill. The cement was poured by Halliburton and tested multiple times before it was poured for the rig. However, each of the times that it was tested, the tests showed that it was not up to industry standards. Both BP and Halliburton knew of these results, but decided to go with the nitrogen-infused cement anyway. Also, right before it was poured, BP added even more nitrogen to the cement in order for it to seal at the base. However, this is thought to have made the cement more brittle and caused air bubbles to enter into the well. Slides from the AP video that I accessed on July 7th from nowpublic.com shows what is thought to have happened during the spill. After nitrogen was mixed with cement, it was poured down the well bore and traveled back up the casing pipe. This is supposed to ensure a double layer of protection for the well. However, when the cement dried, it had gas bubbles in it, allowing hydrocarbons to enter the well. After these hydrocarbons entered the well, they went to a pipe called the riser. Fred Bartlett of the BP National Commission said in an interview with New York Times, which I accessed on July 7th, "We have known for some time that the cement used to secure the production casing, isolate the hydrocarbon zone at the bottom of the Macondo well, must have failed in some manner. The cement should have prevented hydrocarbons from entering the well." After the hydrocarbons entered the riser, it started to flow upwards where it could enter the engine room. In the BP's official report on their website, posted on September 8th of 2012, the company stated, "Over a 4-minute period, the Transocean rig crew failed to recognize and act to the influx of hydrocarbons into the well until the hydrocarbons were in the riser and rapidly flowing to the surface. This is what caused the explosion of the well." To make matters worse, the supervisors demanded that drill fluid be replaced with water in order for them to drill deeper into the well. However, the water was not as dense as the drilling fluid, causing hydrocarbons to be able to go more rapidly into the well. The riser is extremely pressure sensitive, and when hydrocarbons entered it, it lost all of its water pressure and became unsafe. Second technological error with the rig was the lack of centralizers. Centralizers hold the pipe stable while the cement is being poured in order to make sure that the pipe stays straight. However, the modeling software that was ran before drilling began called for 3 times more centralizers than the rig actually had. In an interview with Washington Post, which I accessed on July 6th, Gregory Walls, the head engineer for the rig, said that he had ordered 15 more centralizers for the rig. However, when they showed up, he believed that they were the wrong type and would have caused serious technological errors if used. After the blowout, BP investigated and found that the centralizers were indeed the right size and could have saved the well. The third problem with the well, the faulty blowout preventer, is what caused the oil to be spilled into the ocean. In another section of BP's official report, they stated, "Even after explosion and fire disabled its crew-operated controls, the rig's blowout preventer on the seabed should have activated automatically to seal the well, but it failed to operate, probably because critical components were not working. These critical components started with a leak in the hydraulic system, which gave power to the blowout preventer." the hydraulic system would activate a device called a shear ram, which would seal the well off in case of an emergency. Since the lack of the support from the cement caused the pipe to eventually cripple, closing the shear ram into the side of the pipe, it could not break free from the weakened support of the hydraulic system. In others' tests, it showed that the control panel that activated the blowout preventer was actually not connected to the shear ram at all, but instead a test ram that would not succeed in sealing off any part of the well. Although there were many other multiple errors with the BP rig, the three main ones were the faulty cement, the misreadings of the crew, and the faulty blowout preventer. These three things are what caused the major pollution in the Gulf of Mexico, and even though BP is the main one blamed for the epidemic, it's easy to see that multiple people were involved.